Hello everyone. So coming to the final video in our digital marketing analysis project work, uh, we come. So here we go with our first country, Turkey. So Turkey, we look at, so as we have discussed in the previous video. So we have the complete market overview. So it's the most eastern country in the west, and it's the most western country in the east, located in the middle of Middle East region. And if we look at US businesses established in the Turkey region, you look at big names like McD, Pfizer in the medicated industry, and we have Starbucks, P&G, and General Electric, Boeing, Coca-Cola, Ford in the automobile industry, and even tech companies like Microsoft and IBM are pretty much established in the region. Now, if you look at the US, direct foreign direct investments coming into the Turkey region. So if you look at the economy, so US government has been investing in energy sector, infrastructure, and technology, and there are hundreds of franchising opportunities in Turkey as well. And then if you look at the current trend of foreign direct investments over the past 2 years, you look at it's increased by $827 million, and the opportunities and barriers in the US region and for future US companies to establish in Turkey. You look at it's a growing economy, and it's got the location is pretty much with young and educated workforce, and it's got growing infrastructure and transportation networks. And if you look at the barriers, it's political instability and cultural differences, which needs to be it's pretty much usual for any foreign country and company entering into a different region. And next we come to Kuwait. So in the Kuwait, if you look at the uh, US companies' presence and the market overview, as you can see here, so we have the complete cultural differences and marketing schemes that include like various commercial discounts, and so these are the Kuwait region cultural differences. Look at the local professional services, English-speaking attorneys specializing in commercial law. And if you look at the issues and so the common practices, the U.S. commercial service in Kuwait recommends that agency or distributor contracts include information pertaining to the geographic sales or marketing territory. Yeah, and any Kuwaiti citizen over the age of 21 may engage in commercial activity in Kuwait. To look at, so these are the opportunities for US companies to get into the Kuwait regions with the laws and regulations. So different trade points have been mentioned here, the common practices for US companies and the laws and regulations, what you need to look at. And if you look at the major opportunities, it can get into the construction field, automotive, oil and gas industries, and the transportation equipment. And so the environmental factors, so the business environment, it requires flexibility, patience, and persistence with the Kuwaiti region. Careful planning and personal relationships are crucial for success in Kuwait. So past US companies frequently report that concerns, including less than transparent regulations pertaining to industrial standards, highly time-consuming bureaucratic procedures, so it's insufficient intellectual, so IPR rights, yeah, and it's cumbersome public contracting and procurement procedures. I think these are the issues which a US company, when entering the region, should be looking at. Next, we have the Saudi region. So in the Saudi region, if you look at so it's the biggest buyer of US arms. Uh, as you can see, the biggest companies like ExxonMobil, General Electric, Boeing are established in the Saudi region. So the US maintains like a robust direct investment presence in the Saudi region with billions of dollars invested in energy sector, in manufacturing and technology. As you can see, the investments and relations here. And if you look at the current issues and concerns, what US companies are facing in the Saudi region, so it's because of the country's unique legal and regulatory framework, even the business practices and cultural norms. So it's the geopolitical landscape. It's a bit uncertain, affecting the business environment and creating concerns for regional stability. Yeah, and if you look at the major areas of opportunity here, in the healthcare sector, in the energy sector, and in the defense. And as Saudi is the biggest buyer of arms, so defense and security has got good scope here. And if you look at the financial services, fintech, environmental issues, and even the entertainment and tourism is pretty much popping in Saudi. And if you look at the environmental factors that are relevant for US businesses in Saudi, in the region, so it's pretty much eco-friendly business practices, and they have a competitive edge, and they can consider like long-term impact of climate change on operations and supply chain. So Saudi being like in the Middle East region with not much environmental issues, I think it's got stable climate year long in the region. So with huge landscape, I think it's as you can see the contribution here, it's 120 billion reals. Yeah. And next we go to the Iran region. So in the Iran region, mm, uh, so this is the overview of the Iran region. So it's been like a topic of interest for many US firms over the past years. So Iran, like because of political instability, as we were discussing in the last video, in this video, like we'll examine the current presence of major US businesses in Iran. Yeah. Here, if you look at the US companies' presence in Iran region, so they're in aerospace, automotive, and pharmaceuticals, consumer goods, and the energy sector. So US has strong presence, limited presence due to the sanctions imposed on Iran by US. But if you look at different franchisees, US franchisees that are taking a stand in the region, so this is different brands, Pizza Hut, they have 7-Eleven, Domino's, yeah, Bata, KFC. And if we get into the US sanctions on the region, because so there might be a barrier for new business entering the region, but it can be, there are companies like which are still investing in the region. If you look at the exports imports with US, as you can see the graph here, this has been the trade, and like after 2008-9 financial crisis, I think after that it went on going down, the exports. And major areas like the opportunity for US firms, if any firm is really interested in getting into tapping in the Iran market. Here, like these are the different industries. If you look at energy, petrochemicals, healthcare, pharmaceuticals, tourism, hospitality. Yeah. And current issues like what's US is facing is the major issue is political relationship with US and Iran and the sanctions. So this is something that can be a crazy concern. And if you look at the customs and the tariffs, import restrictions in the region for, so this might be an issue. And these are the references for the discussed points in the video. So summarizing, like this is our last video, so we have discussed the entire framework for different US companies, or the potential of different foreign investors getting into different regions in the Middle East, Iran, Turkey, Saudi, and Kuwait regions. So here, hope this would be really helpful, and please share your comments below.